figure out, why is this person like that?
Right.
You know, is this person like that because there's something that they're lacking? Are they like that because they don't really know how to communicate effectively? Why is this person like that?
Exactly.
Then you'll be able to not only better forgive that person, but kind of understand where that person is coming from.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times, I mean, I don't know everyone's situation, but a lot of times it's not really coming from a bad place. And maybe some people don't really know how to encourage without criticizing. And some people may over criticize, and it's like, okay, where is the positivity? And so those things, those people who are like that, maybe they were talked to like that, or maybe there were people that treated them like this, like that, and now they're trying to treat someone else like that. And so when you go on your path of forgiveness, because it may not be an overnight thing, it may not be as easy as saying, okay, I release this, I forgive this person. It may not be that easy, because it can be easy to say, okay, I forgive you, but not really forgive that person. But once you forgive, try and understand, why are they like this? And then that way it'll be easier for you to forgive and easier for you to understand.
Absolutely. That's perfect.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's Justin, it's a hot coal. For sure, it's a hot coal, because I also feel that hate and animosity becomes an obsession. And that's all we think about. It almost becomes like a bad love affair.
Yeah.
Like really about them, and all you do is think about them.
Yeah, exactly. But think about it, and also, like, what about if there's someone that reminds you of that person? Imagine how you're going to act around them, or how you're going to perceive them even before you even know that person.
Right.
Your friend introduces you to their friend, and you're like, she reminds me of this person. I already don't like her. You know, you don't want to go into relationships like that. You don't want to carry around that baggage.
No, no.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you know what? I love reading near-death experiences, okay? Seriously, because there is so much knowledge to it. And so far, like, I probably read maybe over 2,000 stories.
Wow.
And every single story says the exact same thing. The only thing that God cares about is how we treat one another. It's compassion. I mean, not your sports car, your house. The only thing that God and the angels, sometimes Jesus, cares about is how we treat one another, how we love one another. Compassion. Mm-hmm. Compassion. Now, some people are very difficult to like, okay? It's very difficult, but it's possible. There's always something good about everybody, okay? Now, the thing is, you might have to dig deep, but dig deep anyway.
Mm-hmm. Expect it. Expect it. Because
Absolutely.
we're all born as beautiful, loving children.
Yeah.
And when you see the child within, in front of you, literally, they can be 80 years old, they could be 8 years old, they could be 18, they could be 38, but you see the child. I mean, that's what connects us, because that's what we're all just trying to be deep down inside.
Right.
Absolutely. Not trying to say. This is so powerful, because you know what? These are the tenets of the law of attraction that aren't being communicated and shared enough. And so I ask the audience tonight, I ask the audience who's tuning in the days and weeks and months after this episode goes live, to remember compassion and forgiveness most importantly, because you owe it to yourself. You don't have to carry that ball and chain on your foot. You can be free. You can decide your freedom. Justin and Erica, this has been amazing. Is there anything that I missed that you want to add before we jump into questions?
I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything either. This has just been, I mean, we are all mirrors. We are all mirrors of one another, and what you've attracted, what you have created, is what I can do and what every single person can do who's tuning in here tonight. And so before we jump into questions, I would just like to add that when it comes to the law of attraction, I always remember I deserve it, because this inspiration is God's whispers to the heart.
Absolutely.
We're born wanting things, and we don't know why. Like, why do I want to wear vintage versus Prada? why do I want to be on national TV versus, doing anything else, being a politician? It doesn't matter. I mean, there's so many things we can do in our life, but we all have our own unique desires, and that is so beautiful, and our difference is our gift. So stay strong in what you want, not what people expect of you, not what you expect of yourself, but what is being whispered into your heart.
Also, Sammy, it's vital to act as if you already have it.
Yes.
Play make-believe. Don't say that I want this. Say that I have this, and thank you, God, for giving this to me already. And it's coming to me at the perfect time, but I have it in a sense already. Thank you so much for this. Act as if you have it already. Yes. That's the key.
That's the key. That's the key. And yes, we do have it already, and I'm sure we have some awesome questions. I'm going to click on over, if you can join me. Anyone who's watching right now, if you haven't asked a question, we're going to see if there is anything going on right now.
Any questions? Let me see.
Let me see here, too. I don't know if I have the window open. I thought I did.
Joshua, what's going on, man? Joshua, thank you so much. Thank
Joshua!
Let's get in here, watching from the beginning. Michelle. Awesome.
So we don't have any questions, which is totally fine.
Okay.
I think we covered everything. But for everyone who's tuning in, if you do want to ask a question, we will hold on to the episode for another couple of minutes, because I'm sure we can keep on chatting here before we wrap up. Tell us a little bit more, Erica and Justin. What are you creating with Law of Creators that's already, Law of Creators, look at that. You are creators that's already here. What is your vision?
YouAreCreators is the largest self-help company in the world.
Woo!
We are changing the paradigm of the masses. We are going to, not going to, we are. We are reaching billions of people with this knowledge that you literally create your own reality. Mm-hmm. Sammy, I would not be preaching this to people if I didn't believe it. I am living proof 30 to 40 times over that this knowledge works every single time. And when certain things manifest, it kind of scares me. You know, because like, dude, this is crazy. Like, dude, like, this is crazy. You know, so I love hearing stories from people to say, man, this information is working for me, and my goodness, it's crazy.
Yeah.
1 second.
Okay. Kirby?
What ways can
Kirby asked.
Awesome. I knew we'd have at least one question.
Hold on, baby. 1 second. Hold on. Oh, you went out real fast. Okay. What ways can you focus on the positive more effectively? Okay. Easily. Write down at least 30 things you are grateful for. And anytime you feel doubtful or negative, read off these 30 things, or just 5 of the 30 things that you absolutely love, and feel gratitude for those things. I'm talking about out loud. Say, thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for giving me this. Thank you for my health, or my eyesight, or my lungs. Gratitude always keeps you connected to God. Always keeps you connected to source. So being grateful in literally everything that you get. Even certain things that you may not have wanted, but being grateful will not change the outcome, but make the outcome more enjoyable for you. You send it right now?
I'm like trying to send out
Let me send it.
like a notice to everyone on Instagram that we're answering questions right now. So that's what I was doing.
Thank you. Yeah, I would say too, like, because again, sometimes we'll be in the middle of a struggle and we'll default to why. Why? And it really is about having that list of gratitude in front of us, or creating a list of gratitude as inspired by a struggle to allow us to see the silver lining in the clouds. That's what helps me. So I might say, okay, I'm having a family problem. There's so much beauty in that. I get to spend more time with my family to work it out. I get to learn more about myself so that I can grow and mature. I get to have greater awareness and empathy for others that are experiencing the same problem. I mean, it really is about turning that frown upside down. And when you begin to look at things as just an opportunity to grow and to attract more positive experiences into your life, then the quote bad things just become another step in that whole process and not something that's holding you back.
Right. Okay, so we have another question.
Right.
Okay, so I don't want to mess up the first name, the pronunciation. So the question, how can you stay in a good place when everyone around you is negative? I've seen The Secret. Okay, try to slay. Okay. Well, you know what? We kind of touched on it a little bit, but when you are in a negative environment or a negative situation, or you know that you're going into that negative environment, really, if you can just like step away, there's so many easy ways to like ease your mind or place yourself back in that good vibe in a sense. And so if you can just like step away, do a quick meditation, just continue to just try to stay positive. Justin says this often. You attract basically what you put out, right?
Every time.
So if you go into a negative environment, we've done it before. You go into a negative environment, everyone around you is kind of like being rude or whatever it may be. If you're extremely positive and happy and smiling and laughing, there's going to be somebody that's going to be like, huh, okay, let me try this. And it has to change. There's no positive way that if you go into a dark room and you're a light, that it won't be illuminated around you.
There's
and
no way.
So try and remain as positive as possible. I know that it may be easier said than done in certain situations, but if you can try to remain as positive as possible, whatever they're saying negative, just be contrary to that and be as positive, as possible, and try to come back with as much positivity as you can.
You know what? We affect every energy around us. And you can actually change the vibration in the room based on your energy. So thing is, I would say, raise your energy. Raise how you feel. And that feeling of love always conquers negativity. Love is the most powerful feeling in the world. So love always conquers. Yes, it's cliche, but raise your energy. Focus on what you love, talk about what you love, and when you walk into that room, let that love radiate off of you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We've seen this happen before. We all have families, and all of our families, none of our families are really perfect, right? And so we all have those people or that person that may get us, that, we spoke about it before, that person that may really irk us, but it's really important to try to understand where your family is coming from. If you try and get them to, watch The Secret or whatever, if you try to introduce them to stuff and they kind of attack you, like, oh, yeah, this, and they're still being negative, continue to be positive. Eventually they will come around. Eventually, if you are continuously positive and you are continuously speaking life, there's no possible way that negative person will remain negative. There has to be some way where they'll see all that light that you're giving off, and they'll want to get some of that light as well.
Absolutely.
Love it so much. And I will add that if there's negative energy coming at you, you don't have to accept it. Whose gift is it if you don't receive it? Unfortunately, they're giving the gifts of negative energy to themselves. And so it sounds silly, but